All right, thank you. Good evening once again. Thank you all for registering and attending this 1 week national level online faculty development program on OBE and application of generative AI in teaching and research, which is jointly organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Jagannath Barooah University of Assam and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and the PG Department of Computer Applications, Marian College, Kuttikkanam Autonomous in association with IPSR Solutions Limited. Today, we would like to again welcome Dr. Suresh Namboothiri, who is the Director of IPSR Solutions Limited and Espoir Technologies Pune. And we would also like to welcome all the FTP resource persons, managers, directors, principals, vice principals, representatives from management, HODs, IQC coordinators, and all faculty members. Now, about this FTP, this is a 1 week FTP program with live sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Today, we are actually on the 5th day of our FTP, and we have 2 more days of this FTP to follow. The fee for LMS access and processing of certificate is ₹500, which you can pay online to the account details that are put in the chat already. And you have to send the transaction details to the WhatsApp number that is given. All the participants who have made the payment will receive the LMS access, the video recordings for all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, the recording will be available in the LMS. We have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the email, shared the payment proof through WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the details today will receive the LMS access detail mails later in the evening or by tomorrow. If you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you can also join using the YouTube live link, which I've put in the chat already. I'll just post it again if you want it. My name is Sijan Jacob George. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, before we move on to today's session, could you all please turn on your videos for a few seconds so that we can take a few screenshots for our documentation purpose. Yeah, all right. Okay, you can turn off your videos. We will move on to today's FTP session, the topic of which is generative AI in research. This is going to be taken by Dr. Suresh Namboothiri, who is the Director at IPSR Solutions Limited and Espoir Technologies. Dr. Suresh Namboothiri is an interdisciplinary professional with over 4 decades of experience across industry, applied research, education technology, and higher education. His work spans product development, innovation, pedagogy, research methodology, design thinking, outcome-based education, and generative AI. He served in senior leadership roles, including as Chief Operating Officer in the automotive sector of the Tata Group, and contributed to the development of more than 160 products across electronics, telecommunications, medical electronics, and automobiles. During his corporate leadership journey, he became deeply concerned about the declining quality of Indian higher and technical education. This led him to consciously leave his corporate career and dedicate himself to strengthening education, uplifting young people, and contributing to the nation. Since then, he has worked extensively in faculty development, employability enhancement, AI-enabled learning, critical thinking, research capability, and pedagogical excellence. He regularly conducts FTPs on AI for pedagogical excellence, AI for high-impact research, AI for design thinking and innovation, and outcome-based education. Dr. Namboothiri is currently Director of IPSR Solutions Limited and Espoir Technologies Pune. He holds an M.Tech, MBA, and Ph.D. and has authored books on artificial intelligence, education, research, and cognitive rigor. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sijan, and a good evening to all. I think We will wait for a few more minutes so that participants can join. Now we are 62. We'll wait for 1 minute. Over that time, I will recap what are the things we did yesterday. Yesterday, we had a session. We mainly discussed about the underlying threads of OBE. There is no need for me to explain what is OBE, means what is the calculation, etc. But my objective was to explain to you why OBE is very important for our country and for our society and our students, our faculty members, everyone. And I also used a word that this might be a last opportunity for us to survive. The reason is our dependence on everything and declining cognitive abilities. Therefore, and if you see like that, we are not very good. We are not known for something which is very good in the world. Whatever we say we are very big, that is in other person's eyes, it is nothing of big because they have done that or they can do that. Something we are doing cheap is not at all a great thing for them. If we are doing something cheap, it is a convenience for them. Nobody will pay premium for a convenience. Therefore, our discussion yesterday was that why it is important and how we came to this situation. And we have shown that we have seen our all India level on Bloom's taxonomy cognitive domain, where exactly our graduates stand. 94% of our graduates, when they remain in the bottommost level of cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy, we cannot expect that our calculations, our attainment calculations, etc., are going to be very glossy. That means there is a very big gap. The gap is not between industry and academia. The gap is actually between the students and our attainment calculations. That itself is a very big thing. And I told that I met one person who was in charge of OBE in South Africa. South Africa is a country they introduced to OBE, and after experimenting some 14 years, they actually dismantled it because the results were not coming. And what are all the complaints they said they faced? The same thing only we are repeating here. Therefore, our activities of OBE should be very different. So I focused about that. How your college, how your institution or university can really use OBE as a differentiator. Means the way in which the founding father of OBE, Dr. William Spaddy, said, that is not the way OBE is actually conducted here. But every autonomous institution, every university, every teacher as an individual, don't expect other person to follow. If you understand what is OBE, you can at least change the future of some of the students in your class. Otherwise, this situation is very difficult now, especially with artificial intelligence. I have shown you one example that Jensen Huang, he is the CEO of NVIDIA. What he said in just 3 to 4 months ago in Cambridge, that is, intelligence has become a commodity. A commodity means that there is plenty and there is no branding to that. Commodity, anyone can go with some money and buy. So intelligence has become commodity. Intelligence, what he meant is that almost 5 or 5.5 levels of the cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy, that is actually an intelligence. So that has become commodity. And meanwhile, please understand, we in India, we are only speaking about the cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy, and that too, our institutions are stressing only the bottom 3 level. All these things, all higher order thinking, we are only speaking. It is not actually seen. Even in the institution of national importance, that type of a higher order thinking is not seen. The higher order thinking in the sense means where is an original startup here? Where is an original research here? Therefore, we are depending everything abroad. If you go some of the top IITs and I will tell you my own experience. Well, some 2 years ago, I got an invitation for one very big tech show in one of the big NITs in a big IITs in the south. I went there. I went with a pad and pen with me. From first stall onwards, they are all showing very big. This is a drone. This can do like this. This can do like that. I listen everything. I asked, okay, this is a very big drone. This you have done. This can spray pesticide. This can send medicine. Everything is fine. But please tell me, what did you do? What did you do? Government's taxpayers' money purchased all those things. You tell me, what did you do? 99% of stalls, what they did was only programming or opening that and putting for some application that is not crossing Bloom's third level of Bloom's taxonomy. This is what the condition. We need to escape from that. And I have shown you yesterday how to do that. On Bloom's taxonomy, education means raising our students through the levels of Bloom's taxonomy and what are the things we need to do. I have given you 3 steps. It is called the cognitive lift principle. Cognitive lift principle. That is lifting students from remembering level to understanding or comprehending level. For that, what is required is literacy for constructing insights. I have shown you yesterday, even in Rigveda and even in various Upanishads, they are all giving importance of vak, means speech, means our language. Language is the most important thing. Language itself is, in Rigveda it says it is Devi. And if you see, take Bible, John 1:1. It says like that, in the beginning there was word. Means even Bible is starting with the word. Means everywhere they are speaking about language. Without building language, we cannot build any technology, any philosophy, any knowledge to anyone. And we go abroad, we go to Western countries and copy that philosophy. We copy the real learning structure. And what we miss is that in foreign countries, there is a very big social learning is happening. They read a lot of books. They have very good understanding. So literacy for constructing insight is actually coming from social learning. And when it is going to the second level, critical and creative thinking, this is also actually coming from social learning there. Social learning, because when parents, as they sit with the children around a dining table, all question and answers are with why and what is the reason behind it. How can we do like this? This is a type of the questions are happening. So therefore, in a developed country, this language, critical and creative thinking, and most of the time idea exposure, this is actually coming as a societal or a social learning. And that is not happening here in India. And because we blind copy, we copy blindly, we ignore that side. Therefore, we carry the B.Tech syllabus of California Institute of Technology or Harvard University. We bring that same syllabus and try to put here. We sign Washington Accord and come here and we continue. Therefore, that is the reason we are not getting the same result of the foreign universities. Therefore, I have given you that cognitive lift principle yesterday. But unless we deliberately put this into practice, we are not going to improve. Our rupee is going to down. And we have to pay more and more for petrol. And we have to pay anything and everything new because we don't create anything and everything new. And even to bring a company from there to here, we have to pay a lot of money. And even some of the chip manufacturing, I understood that 10,000, 12,000, 18,000 crore rupees, we are only giving a subsidy. And how many years it will take? And nobody is getting any skill from that because all those machineries are automated. Our people will be working as accountants, HR, this HR, security, cleaning, etc., etc. Therefore, it is important that we need to raise our students through cognitive lift principle. That was one thing I have shown you yesterday and specifically told that IELTS is an examination. It is not of English. It's an examination of cognitive. It is an examination of Bloom's taxonomy. Then I have come to another point. Now this is a time for AI, and I already told you that AI has taken away entire cognitive work. Entire cognitive work. There is nothing left there for us. And unless we build our thing, our capabilities, build tri-domain, that is cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. And especially when we are seeing about Indian knowledge system, unless we see, according to IKS, this is manana and nididhyasana. Our manana means we don't think without emotion. Therefore, affective half has already come to manana. Nididhyasana, we don't do anything. We don't do anything without emotion. Therefore, the rest of the affective has gone to psychomotor. Therefore, that is what our approach. But one thing, our educational system, you know how many years we can complain about educational system? 77 years, 80 years. You know that even now we are complaining about Macaulay. Do you know when Macaulay was born? Macaulay was born in 1800. His name is this thing, Thomas Babington Macaulay. He was born in 1800. At the age of 34, he reached India because he was not getting job in UK. They told that you will get a government job if you are ready to go to India. He told that I want a job, I am ready to go anywhere. So he came to India. Only from 34 to 38 years, he was not an educational somebody. He was not an expert from that line. And only 4 years he stayed here. He left India in 1838. And that time he introduced a Macaulay style of learning. And this one, why it is continuing after independence? Because it is convenient. Because it is convenient. So the new education, new revolution is required is that we have to break that convenience. We have to break that convenience in the sense of convenience of teaching, convenience of evaluation, convenience of everything. This we have to break. That is the reason. That is the reason cognitive lift principle. And yesterday I have shown you another 16-step inter-domain progression. This inter-domain progression is the only way for creating AI irreplaceable students. AI irreplaceable students. So I think now I have shown you what are the things we explained yesterday. So today we are going to speak about a very different thing. Today we are going to speak about artificial intelligence for research. So for this, I am going to speak some of the very key points because normal situation, this is something I do in 2 days. This is a 2 days program. I am going to speak to you in 2 hours. So without losing any of the important points, let me tell you the gist of the thing because all these things are I myself experienced. So just a minute, I am going to share my slide. I am going to spend 10 minutes on the key points about prompting. Prompting is the literacy of the future. Means whatever we want to do with the generative AI, it is ultimately prompting. If you are using an AI tool somewhere, that tool's behind is only a UI, user interface wrapped prompt. Means when I started working on generative AI, that was about 2022. When I started, there were only 36 to 37 AI tools on earth. But now there are more than 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs. Anyone who has got an objective and 4-5 prompts for that can purchase a template from market by paying some $15, and they can start, they can put a payment gateway, and they can start one AI tool within 3 to 4 days. That is the condition of AI tools. But as I was telling you yesterday, there is a common concept with the people. They think that knowing AI means knowing as many as AI tool. My opinion here is that from my own experience, don't go for any AI tool unless there is a justification. Because if you are using the real large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok, and Cloud, etc., with that you can do everything in far better way than depending upon a tool. And when you pay to an AI tool, there is no guarantee that it is going to last more than 1 year. Therefore, the important thing is the prompting. I am going to speak to you some of the very crucial thing about prompting. Then we are going to see the research part. See, normally what happens is people read prompts, people write to prompt, they all get something, and they think that they know prompting. And most of these prompts are just plain English. Why it is plain English? Otherwise, earlier times, in a traditional artificial intelligence, if someone has to communicate with a computer, they had to write code. Now, the most important revolution happened is that code got replaced by human language. Means we can use our language. This language will get converted to code on its own. So this is actually a big opportunity for all non-coders. You know, earlier there used to be a time that there people used to be technical and non-technical. All technical people, they used to look, non-technical people look down. They used to think that they are all superior, other people are inferior. Now the plate has become totally reverse. You know, because I work with the software, I work with the automobiles. With this, I will tell you, 90% of the software people, they are poor analytical people. For them, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. They cannot become 1.1 or 1.2. They won't think that if 1 mango plus 1 mango, it is going to become 2 mangoes, but this 1 mango itself is a different color and different juicy thing, and another mango is different. So what you are getting, this 2 is a different thing. They don't understand in that way. They only get 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But now the rest of the people, this is a time for them. If you are from history, if you are from biology, if you are from Hindi, if you are from Malayalam, this is a time for you, because you will have some creativity. This is a time in which you can actually convert your creativity to whatever you want. If you want to create one Android, app with your own talking, you can do. There is one application called Hercules. On Hercules, you can make a website. If someone can do that, you please do one thing. You go to Google and search for Hercules AI app. Please go and search Hercules AI app. I am sure if you are sitting in front of a computer, there is no need to open any of these things. Go to Hercules AI app and you you write, which is your institution, you write, create a website for, you say, Barooah University. It will, within 15 to 20 seconds, it will create the entire website with the pages and links for Barooah University. This is what the power of an idea, no need to have technical skill. So this is actually achieved with our ingenuity of expressing. So the prompting is actually that. So I am going to speak to you a little about prompting. I hope if someone has done that, please let me know you have done. Go to Hercules and you can create a website for your institute, your university, just by writing that. Just write that. So you need not do anything. Okay. Now, this only 1% of the things we can get from generative AI with that type of prompting. I am going to speak about the rest of the 99%, the power of AI. It has got the power of idea augmentation, expanding our thinking horizon, knowledge synthesis, personalized learning, enhanced creativity, advanced problem solving. All these things can come from only from strategic advanced prompting. And we need to understand another important point. If you imagine the total repository, digital repository of ChatGPT alone, if you imagine the university library, I would tell you it is equivalent to a library of 1 kilometer wide and 50 kilometer long. Means 1 kilometer wide and 50 kilometer long library. And all those information kept there for us to go there and pick up. Go there and pick up, go there and combine, go there and evaluate, integrate in whichever way we want to really find and mix the knowledge that is actually built like that. And the ability to go there and pick, that it can be done only by that type of a prompting. Therefore, in humanity, in the total history of humanity, there was no time that we got such a convenience. With writing a prompt, you are actually getting access to entire world. Entire world in the sense, let me tell you an example. If any of the human expertise digitized and kept somewhere and it was part of the data which used for training these large language models, you will get access to that. For example, when you are traveling in the train, if there was some sticker kept on the side of your compartment, and due to some reason someone took a video or a photograph and posted it on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere on internet, that has already become the part of the total digitized repository. Therefore, even that can be accessed with our prompting. Therefore, the prompting is the literacy of the future. Whatever way we studied ABCD, EFGH up to, and whatever way we studied fundamental, that is the way in which we have to study. We have to study fundamental. And let me tell you some of the very fundamental thing. You are seeing an image here. This I have copied from internet. You would have seen at some other place. You know what? There is a saying about information technology, that is GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. But in the case of generative AI, it is much, much bigger. Garbage in, augmented garbage out. Garbage in, augmented garbage out. Means AI will use all its power to push augmented garbage on you. Therefore, what are the things important for while making prompt? You have to understand that the quality of the questions decides the quality of the answers. That means the onus of getting answer is on you. Means I have shown you that this is the type of the information available with the large language model. Then if you are not getting the right information from your AI, then it is not AI's problem, it is your problem. And I wanted to tell you that the response you get from AI is not a reflection of AI, it's a reflection of you. If you are an expert, if you are a good person with the capability, you will be able to dig up the maximum information, rigorous information from AI. If somebody is coming and telling me that this is what I got from AI, I immediately think that this is what his level. This is what her level. He or she is not able to get better than that because of their own problem. Therefore, prompting is the key, and I am going to show you the approach with which you can actually do best prompting. And the second thing we need to think about prompting is that the skill and the ability to question the answers lead to new knowledge generation. It is not answering the question, it is questioning the answers. It is questioning the answers. I always tell everyone, never put a new prompt without reading and analyzing what you got earlier. Never do. You don't go for mental impairment. Because if you just ask and you just swallow everything, then your AI will declare you yourself as an idiot. Because what if you have to get a best response from AI, you have to do punching with the AI, you have to do fighting with the AI, you have to really squeeze AI. Then you have to take the blood out of AI. That is the only way you will get the best thing from AI. Means it is actually what you are doing is that you are actually fighting with the AI. It's a wrestling with the AI. Then only you will get. Otherwise, what you are going to get is just a mediocre thing, and you will only fall into problems with that. So this, let me go ahead from here because many things I am not able to speak. Many things I am not able to speak. That one point I wanted to tell you here, that is what is a prompt. Many people think that prompt is a question. Many people think prompt is a question. Many people think prompt is a statement, but prompt is nothing like that. Prompt is only one. Please understand. If you understood this, you understood half of generative AI. If what the sentence, what I am going to tell you now. In generative AI, a prompt is an input given to the model to guide its output. The purpose of prompt is guiding. The purpose of prompt is to channel. Channeling what? The purpose of prompt is channeling. Purpose of prompt is guiding. But guiding and channeling what? This is what you have to understand. Another point of generative AI. Generative AI is probabilistic. Generative AI is just probabilistic. Means it is thinking that what is the most probable next. If you are going to write Kerala tourism, it will just start speaking blah 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 about Kerala tourism. What is the most probable next? That's all. It doesn't have any sense. It will only speak about the most probable next. But by channeling, by guiding that, you will bring it to deterministic. Means probabilistic to deterministic. That conversion is done by prompting. If you understand this particular abstract thing, you understood half of generative AI. I repeat, the generative AI is probabilistic. It just gives blah, 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 blah. And what you require is deterministic. You have got a purpose. You need this answer. So that from that blah blah, how you channel and guide and take that particular thing to this deterministic thing is the prompting. That is what actually you are taming. You are taming the response of generative AI. That is what done by prompting. Now, there are various types of prompting. I will only, because I myself, I have developed about 25 to 28 prompting methodologies on my own. And those things also I included here. Today, we do not have time for that, but I will explain some of the things here. It is what is prompt engineering. Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you. If possible, you please take a photograph of this because nowhere you will get this. Actually, none of my slides, nothing, you won't get anywhere. So this is a clever approach to prompting, clever approach. My request is that there are CLEVER, there are totally 6 different explanations. Take a photograph of all 6. It will help you. If you follow this, I guarantee today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Actually, in the clever approach to prompting, C stands for critical thinking, the ability to evaluate AI responses. I told you earlier, answering the question is one thing, questioning the answer is the important thing. In critical thinking, is this what? The questioning the answers, the ability to evaluate AI responses critically, identifying biases, inaccuracies, or areas for improvement. This is what. Now I will tell you some examples. Assessing the AI's output for logical consistency and factual accuracy before accepting it as valid. Second, questioning whether the AI's response aligns with the ethical guidelines and cultural sensitivities. Third, identifying subtle biases in the AI's language or content suggestions and refining prompts to mitigate them. These are all the things, because we should not think that any of our inquiry with AI will stop with one question answer. It may go to 25, it may go to 28, it may go to 30 responses. Never leave, because you have to interrogate AI. Let me tell you one example, my own example. See, there were occasions I go ahead fighting with the ChatGPT and cloud, etc. After 45 minutes of this fighting, I start panting, because that is the type of the emotional taxing, means what you are experiencing. You are not leaving, you are not questioning, you are actually questioning. You are actually questioning. And I wanted to tell you that I am a senior citizen, and I want to tell you that with the generative AI, I feel I gained 15 years more of my life. 15 years more to my life. Now you can see that you are all knowledge workers. If you are putting such an effort, you can see that how many years proportionately more, because you are all younger to me, how many years proportionately you are going to gain. And I feel so happy about this. I feel I did so many things very different. This one I would not have done without generative AI. So my request to each one of you, please don't spare this. This is a God-given opportunity. See, people can say that AI is like this, AI is like this. We need to understand AI is an infant. It is equivalent to a 3-year-old, 4-year-old child. If a 3-year or 4-year-old child is making a mistake, will you throw that child out? Or you will think that that child is very promising. It has got a good future. Let us live together and let us grow together. That should be our approach about generative AI. So when it is coming, this is what this clever in C stands for critical thinking. Now L stands for literacy and subject knowledge. Without literacy and without good subject knowledge, you cannot get anything from generative AI. You cannot get. If somebody, I have seen many people, you know what? They use the Google search method for generative AI. Google search itself, Google got introduced 28 years ago. Even now, people who are born into Google, they don't even know how to search Google. Every year, Google publishes documents, how to search Google. They are making videos, how to search Google. And I am yet to see someone who has read that particular document or watch that video. Without that, people go and they search Google according to whatever is coming to them. They don't even use the proper spelling. Even they don't know how to use Boolean. They don't know how to use Boolean operation. They don't know how to go to advanced. They cannot do any setting, whether it is related to date or whether it is related to exclusion or inclusion. They don't do that. Then they all come with the various things. I will tell you my own example. I get an invitation from NITs, IITs, etc. for taking classes. In 7 IITs, I did this. 7 NITs, I did this experiment. In a computer science class, about 65 to 70 students are sitting. I tell them, we have to search this on Google and please search. And I tell everyone to search. Then I go to each and every computer and say, no one search is same. And people just to put some words and they think that they are going to get the real result with this. That is a tragedy. And it is actually a murder thing when we approach that same thing in generative AI. Generative AI is actually conversational. Conversational in the sense we have to use our entire full sentences with full emotion, with full communication. What are the type of the communication gap that can happen between two individuals, can happen between you and your LLM, your large language model. ChatGPT and you can have a big communication gap. A comma can have very big communication gap. All those people who are married, they are sitting here, they understand that one or a space in this one or a just silence, that is enough to make a big communication gap between husband and wife. This is the same thing with the generative AI. If a comma can make a mistake, grammar can make mistake. And then we cannot complain. We cannot complain that we didn't get the right information from here. So second thing is literacy and subject knowledge. Unless you have subject knowledge, you cannot identify hallucination. You will become the victim of hallucination. It will tell something, you agree, because always hallucination comes in a very convincing way. Because ChatGPT or generative AI is so convincing. It speaks all sweet thing, and ultimately we carry this and we get into problem. And the third thing is ethical awareness. It is a commitment to promoting fairness, avoiding harm, and ensuring the responsible use of AI. This is what V is versatility. What is versatility? The capacity to adapt various prompting techniques to various contexts, styles, and objectives, showing flexibility and creativity. This is what ultimately versatility. And E is experimentation and iteration, a practice of continuously refining prompts based on outcomes, embracing a trial and error approach. Trial and error approach means there is no guarantee that we give one prompt and we immediately get it. We have to go through iteration. So R means result orientation. whatever type of prompting techniques and things we do, ultimately we know what is our result, what we are looking for. I will tell you, for example, see, I am speaking to you by sitting in Pune, and my hometown, that is in Kottayam in Kerala state. When I take a car from Pune and I take a Pune Goa highway, and from there, when I go there, I know that I have to travel towards the south, and I have to cross Goa, Mangalore, Calicut, Cochin, etc. I have to reach Kottayam. I should have that result orientation. Even if Google Map is showing some mistake or there is a deviation board, even if I deviate for that local convenience, I have to always come back to the original road to Kottayam. Otherwise, the thing is that I do not have. There should be that North Star. That North Star we should have. Means what is the result orientation? That is the way we should go. That is what the clever approach for prompting. I hope you have taken photograph of this, because this is developed by me. This is nowhere it is available. That is the reason I am telling you, please take a photograph. If someone wants to take a photograph again, if I want to do it one by one, I will do it. Please write it on the chat. See, C stands for critical thinking. C stands for critical thinking. Please take a photograph of this. N stands for literacy and subject knowledge. E stands for ethical awareness. V stands for versatility. E stands for experimentation and iteration. R stands for result orientation. So now we are going ahead we will go to details of research now. I'm going to close this prompt engineering. Actually, prompt engineering itself, I take about some more than half-day class on this. Therefore, now in this it is not possible. So I think I have done justice to this. So now let us go ahead with the. Okay, there is a question that which AI tools are going to give very good results. I am coming to that. Please hold on. Okay, now I am going to start. Excuse me, can you see my screen? Artificial intelligence for high impact research.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, before I start this, I want to tell you one very hard and harsh reality. Okay, very hard and harsh reality means if anybody's purpose is to somehow create a research paper and publish, I tell you that there is a website called oriateai.com. Oriateai.com. I will show you this thing here. Okay, can you see the screen here? Can you see the screen? Oriateai.com.
Yes.
Okay. Now I will tell you. I am not recommending this, but I will tell you. See, here there is a link called education and academic. Okay. Here below there is a link called education and academic. You go and write just a keyword or key phrase or just some research question or something, then click. Within 2 to 5 seconds, you will get a complete research paper. You will get a title, you will get an abstract, you will get a keyword, you will get a introduction, you will get a literature review, you will get a complete research, you will get a references in whichever format you want, you will get everything. Maximum 5 to 10 seconds. You got the paper. Now you can go and publish. This is what the technology now. I am not telling you to do this because if Suresh Namboothiri can get it, 145 crore Indians can get it. Then what is the difference between my research and the rest of the research? So what I wanted to tell you is that if anyone sitting here, if their objective is somehow to make a research paper, my objective is not that. I am going to speak about what is the real objective of research and why the founding fathers of this education and university system, they thought that teachers should be researchers. I am also part of that particular old school of thinking. Therefore, I am going to speak here exactly how a good research is to be done. Therefore, I am going to close this particular tab. It is not my objective, but I wanted to tell you that these are the things available. And this Oriat AI, pay $20. They are guaranteeing 10 research papers. $20, you will get 10 research papers. You know all those the illegal and immoral things happening here, and with that, see here in the chat, there was a comment saying that OBE is not originated from India. And India requires a different OBE system. You know what happens? The real OBE is for India, but the way in which it is truncated and put in India is the problem. The real OBE, if you go and read, yesterday I have shown you that Dr. William Spaddy's first research paper of 1988, what he has written about OBE, same thing he has repeated even in 94, even in many interviews he has repeated, everything is the type of the OBE India requires. But our people cut it. Our people remove the exit. Our people remove the uh, exit outcomes, and I wanted to tell you that I am specializing in Indian knowledge system. If you see, the real ancient Indian knowledge system was almost like our real OBE. Real OBE. There are very parallel things and similarities of that. Now we are coming to artificial intelligence for high impact research. let me tell you an example. See, during my childhood, my father told me this story. You know, in my village, there was a tremendous. Actually, there are some questions on a chat. I will answer that and I will go. First thing is Meenakshi Madam's question. Sir, what about the plagiarism for such papers generated through apps like Orion? Yeah, that is one of the question. Means don't ask about plagiarism. But if someone wants to publish, they are not bothered about anything. If they want something to get in that paper shape, it should look like a paper, and they know how to publish. It is actually starting from there. I hope you understood. Then the Deshpande sir said, yes, IKS is needed. It is very surprising. Okay, IKS has got many things, IKS in real form. But the way in which IKS is taught here, that is also a problem. Because we are only speaking history and we are feeling victim. These are the two things happening with the IKS now. And there is another thing is domain locked example. Domain locked example in the sense they are only taking that this thing. Dam construction. Take the example to dam. Civil engineering, take it to civil engineering. It is called domain locked example, but that is not the way rest of the countries do. They actually see what is a cognitive operation happened to do this, and they extract that particular cognitive operation and they spread it to the rest of the all domain. That is the way it is to be done. But here it is done in a very different way. Now, Dr. Pargav sir, what about publication house checking the AI report through Turnitin? Say any idea, thoughts? Yes, actually this will not pass through Turnitin. It is very clear. But there are people, they don't need it. That is one thing. Second thing is that Turnitin itself is anti-national, anti-Indian. Do you know why? Because Turnitin is actually checking. What is it checking? It is checking that when AI written or not. AI written or it is written by AM because of the similarity. It is not checking, do the sentiment analysis. What is sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis is, it is the real thing to check plagiarism. Plagiarism is not coming that copying the exact sentence here. Plagiarism is coming from the idea chori. You are actually stealing the idea from some other place. If I steal an idea from some other place, I write in a different sentence and put whether it will become, whether it is a proof of no plagiarism. No. Therefore, the key thing is that Turnitin itself is anti-national because we Indians, our mother tongue is not English. At the same time, we are actually brought through a system and saying that you hate English. Actually, everywhere, one side we are putting NEP 2020 and we are putting all regional languages and Hindi. And when it is coming to our NAC accreditation and NIRF, we have to put pure academic English. We have to write paper and we have to publish in Q and paper. Otherwise, it has to be there in Scopus. Then only we will get the rating here. Our book should be published with a Springer. It has to be there in Taylor and Francis. And then where is the English for that? I don't have that English for that, but I have ideas. Therefore, actually, what should be getting is the idea we should be able to put it into this. That is the reason I have written to Turnitin. I told them that this is not the way. If you want to really check, you do sentiment analysis and you check the paper whether the real plagiarism is there or not. See, my wife was in US and I wrote a letter to her and I used the AI and only for my own academic interest, I put it in Turnitin. It told that 92% it is written by AI. It is written by me. I only did the grammar checking and I followed the corrections given by them. It became like that. So this is what actually the difficulty in which we are living now. This is what the situation. Now let us go ahead from here. I wanted to tell you an example. Now it is already 8 o'clock. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, you please give me a feedback whether you are gaining something from this talk. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Okay, thank you. See, there is a story from my childhood. This my father told me. In my village, there used to be mosquito problem, mosquito menace. It was not a small mosquito menace. People used to get fever. People used to get diseases. They used to die, and many people died. And that time, on the newspapers, there was an advertisement: surefire way to kill mosquito. Surefire way to kill mosquito. And at that time, a bank officer used to get some 50 rupees salary per month. That time, this particular equipment, whatever their solution costed 25 rupees. Many people sent money. It was a company from Delhi. And do you know what they get? Do you know what they got? All people got a packet. In that packet, there was a 1.5 inch, one steel plate and a small hammer. You catch mosquito and put it on the steel plate and hit. 100% mosquito will die. This is what actually happening with our research AI tools here. Means the real things are done. It is not done by any of the AI tools. The rest of the thing actually done. What are the things AI tools are doing? That is not the thing our research scholars actually required. I am going to speak about that one here. Let me show you here now. These are all the things I made a categorization of what are the type of the AI tools we'll get. AI tools for searching literature, AI tools for literature review. You will get this one. And AI tools for content generation, AI tools for chat or summarizing or paraphrase. Then you will get AI tools for data analysis, data visualization. Then AI grammar check and paper editing. Podcast app, reference manager, etc., etc. Now, I want to give you one particular document. Madam, I am going to show you one document here. Can you see one PDF now? Are you able to see a PDF now? Okay, I will share this PDF. It will be there on LMS. This is actually a complete categorized AI tools. Complete categorized AI tool. Each AI tool I have tested. But I am not recommending any of this thing. I have written my opinion on this. It is, you can see a date here. I updated this on 15th March 2026. It is first set is this is generative AI standard tools for academic research. One is identify and define research problem. Tool name Semantic Scholar, Elicit, Consensus, Perplexity AI, and Research Rabbit. These are the tools for that. Here it is written what is the primary function. What is the primary function, how it supports that primary function, and what are the key features, and what are all the limitations. I have written this with my own experience, and you can go through this. And I need not tell you this individually, because just within 2 minutes you will understand how to use this, because these are all intuitive. And if there is any doubt, there are good YouTube videos for that. I need not explain these things to you. And second, conduct a comprehensive literature review. Here you will see the tool name on the first column, primary function on the second column, how it supports that primary function, that is the third column, then key features, that is the fourth column, then limitations on the fifth column. Third is design the methodology, and tool name, primary function, how it supports the primary function, key features, limitation. These are all design methodology. Fourth one is collect and analyze data. Collect and analyze data. Fifth one is interpreting results, drawing conclusion, and disseminating. This is a document. This I am going to share with you. It will be there on LMS. You can access and you can take. And I am going to tell you a better method now. I am going to show you that better method. I am going to come to that. Before that, I will show you some other information. Some other information. You know, there is something called bibliometrics. Bibliometrics. Everyone is at least exposed to that. Bibliometrics is one thing actually that is damaging the research ecosystem. But people who wants to count the papers, this is a very good thing for them. I will tell you, it is a tool for productivity. Bibliometrics involves quantitative analysis of publication, citation counts, co-authorship network, keyword trends. It can help researchers identify hot topic. That means you are not loyal to any particular research pipeline. You are always looking for hot topic. You want to write a paper on that hot topic and publish that hot topic. So, or gaps by analyzing large volumes of literature systematically. Some of the research paper titles you get from this bibliometrics, you feel like committing suicide, because that is what it is all bolted. There is nothing, because many people, they don't write some paper, and these people, they bring and show that has a research gap and no one has written. No one has written. See one thing. I have not taken cyanide. So, but one thing, can we take that as a research topic? Oh, people have not taken cyanide. That is a type of the things we get from bibliometrics. Research gap, insert and insert. And thing is insight versus search. Bibliometrics derived gap emerge from data mining, keywords, co-occurrences, maps, citation bursts, rather than deep intellectual curiosity. This can lead to gaps that are statistically evident, superficial if the gap exists simply because the question isn't interesting or impactful. It is not impactful, but there is a research gap. Ethics and scholarly value. Bibliometrics can incentivize gaming academia. Similarly, challenges to the research ecosystem. Conclusion, what matters most? Critical thinking. True scholarity impact requires critical thinking, originality, rigor, etc. That is not happening with the bibliometrics. So now I am going to take you just to 5 minutes to tell you what are all the real challenges faced by researchers and scholars in India. Their main, I am going to write 24 shortcomings, then I am going to take you how to solve that. 25 shortcomings faced by our researchers and research scholars. Point number 1, cognitive dissonance, contradictory beliefs about innovation versus safe research. Second, fear-based learning, fear of failure prevents risk-taking. Third, learned helplessness, dependency in thinking. 4, surface recognition, missing underlying principle. 5, confirmation bias, hierarchy prevents challenging ideas. 6, missing mental models, limited problem solving framework. 7, metacognitive blindness, unable to examine own thinking. I told you yesterday that in the Bloom's cognitive domain of 2001, that is revised Bloom's taxonomy, in that there is one particular vertical called metacognitive. Actually, research is happening there in metacognitive, but our system is not taking researchers to that metacognitive. 8 is intellectual mimicry, copying without understanding. 9, risk-reward misalignment, poor assessment of research decision. 10, knowledge compartments, poor cross-domain connection. This is what knowledge compartment, how this country will make a interdisciplinary or a multidisciplinary research. We are all grown through silos. Even physics and chemistry are totally different silos, and in chemistry, when they speak about physical chemistry, people are getting fingered. Oh, there was how we can combine these two. Then it is coming to 11, authority dependence, over reliance on authority. 12, theory practice gap, cannot apply knowledge. 13, linear thinking, cannot apply knowledge. I told you yesterday, one person with a PhD from a great institution, he was telling in public that let someone come with a problem, I will solve it. Means he could not find a problem in his domain, even after getting PhD and doing postdoc. He can't understand a problem from his own domain. What are all the things his own people experiencing? Then first of all, why he went for that domain itself? Means if he cannot solve a problem in that, or if there is no intention to solve any problem from that domain. Now we are coming to 15, abstract to concrete gap, poor concept translation, abstract to concrete. This is what the very important thing. Anyone who start, they will be in that concrete. When we learn, when we reach to higher order thinking, our thinking will become abstract. That is the reason mathematics is an abstract science. Means big information that can be written in a formula. It has become abstract. So we are not getting into that abstract to concrete gap. 16, first order thinking, missing cascade effect. 17, intellectual territory, defensive about ideas. We get one idea, from there it is defensive. 18, poor synthesis, cannot create new knowledge. Create new knowledge is coming from synthesizing. You know what? First, there was only one military engineering. Not even civil engineering. From military engineering, civil engineering came. Civil engineering broken and mechanical engineering came. This is what ultimately biomedical engineering and biomedical instrumentation. When we are coming to this various things, these are all actually synthesizing. We are not able to synthesize. And new knowledge is created with the synthesizing. As I quoted Steve Jobs yesterday, these are all coming with rearranging what we already know. Rearranging. Nothing is coming new, because in this world, very few things are actually coming totally new. You see any new technology, you see any new feature, everything was there. Only thing, someone had to put mind and someone has to take it. Now 19, premature optimization, early optimization. We are in a hurry. We are early optimization. Cultural load 20, bias affected thinking. 21, imposter syndrome, intellectual inferiority. 22, low intellectual courage, fear of challenges. 23, analogical gaps, poor cross-domain transfer. 24, low intellectual humility, can't acknowledge gaps. Actually, we are coming from these things. We need something to cover these things. That is what the main thing required. Now let me go ahead because we have very less time, and I want to tell you that when we are speaking about plagiarism, that if we are doing this type of orate, or if we are going for bulk type of a paper writing, definitely there will be plagiarism. But please listen here, I am telling you an example. For us, every one of us, we want to have our research paper like a Taj Mahal. It is actually the most beautiful building in the world. And it is standing there, sustenance. It is standing there without much maintenance. And then how this Taj Mahal was built. It is not built in one marble stone. It is actually small marble pieces. Therefore, important thing about a research is that make your research with the AI in marble pieces, then cement it together. When it is in separate AI pieces, and when you are cementing it together, that Taj Mahal is yours. That particular thing, research paper is yours. No one can find a plagiarism in that. I am going to show you how to do that. So before going to that, I am going to show you the critical thinking framework. This critical thinking framework, as I was telling you yesterday, it is not taught in Indian system. This is the basic of any research, any meaningful talk. When I speak with logic and rational way, then you will listen to me. Then you will think that I know something, it is worth listening to him. Therefore, this is what the value of critical thinking means. It is actually the reason for accountable talking. Means when we write, when we speak with the meaning, that is actually the foundation, bedrock is actually critical thinking. My request is that please take a photograph of this one, so that it is going to be helpful for you. The critical thinking framework, there are 3 columns here. First column is intellectual standard. Second column is elements of reasoning. Third column is intellectual trait. And then you will see that one person with a high impact research with a trophy, wow. What happens in our system is we see only that wow and trophy. We don't see the difficulties in the past. We don't see how that research process really formalized or really transformed that researcher. We don't think. We only think, wow. So that is a real problem. See, I was in Japan. I think I didn't tell you that I developed Toyota Innova's roof and floor. It is for the Toyota Kirloskar company in Bangalore. They did a lot of indigenization, so that I was in charge of developing the roof and floor of Toyota Innova. And I was staying in Japan in a city called Nagoya for some time. And one day, while having lunch, I was speaking to the manager of this car body engineering. I told him that your body engineering, your car body engineering is very good. He told me like this. we develop very good car body design engineers. They design very good car bodies. Means before a very good car body comes to the world, there are another big set of car body design engineers formed in the world. So this is what important thing when it is coming to high impact research. Every institution is running to have more and more publication without really putting effort to build very good researchers there. 1 or 2 days of training, that is not going to work. Exactly what is missing in the system, that is what we have to build. Then with that creation, that is what I am going to speak to you now. So before there was a very good research output, there was a very good researcher was built at least 1 year before. So that is what the capability of the institution. So the first column here is you must apply intellectual standards to the elements of reasoning or elements of thought so that you develop intellectual traits. These intellectual traits creates a high impact researcher, and that person will create high impact research. So these are all the intellectual standards. This is clarity, accuracy, relevance, logicality, breadth, depth, precision, significance, completeness, fairness. These are the 10 intellectual standards. Whatever we speak, whatever we read, whatever we communicate, everything should go through this filter. It is not for academic research alone. It is for our speaking in the classroom, dealing with the people, even our own auto suggestions. This is very important. These are all real intellectual standards. I wanted to tell you that this one we collected from after speaking to about 19 high research professors from USA, Ivy League universities. This is their secret. We got it with one-on-one talking with them, and they shared their information. This I am sharing with you now. These are all the intellectual standards. Now, we are going to the next one, that is elements of reasoning. Elements of reasoning, 8 elements of reasonings are there. Purpose, questions, information, concepts, point of view, inferences, assumptions, implication. These are all the elements of reasoning or elements of thought. Now, when we go through, we develop these intellectual traits. Now, let me tell you how before this intellectual traits, the magic happens there. Where is the real research happening? Real research happening is between intellectual standards and elements of reasoning, elements of thought. It is like a clarity of purpose, accuracy of purpose, relevance of purpose, logicality of purpose, breadth of purpose, depth of purpose, precision of purpose, significance of purpose, completeness of purpose, fairness of purpose. Similarly, clarity of question, accuracy of question, relevance of question. This is the permutation and combination happening in the researcher's mind. Through this permutation and combination questioning, using artificial intelligence there, that is the place in which the new research ideas and high impact research originates. It is coming from there. Means the research is not come bibliometrics. It is not coming from a research guide telling you, throwing something on you. It is not coming from there. This is the secret of the top researchers in the world. If there is some research paper coming in all these Q&A papers, Q&A journals and other top universities, it is happening here. This is the permutation and combination. And when this permutation and combination, when you start working on this, it will become practice in your brain. When you see something immediately, this combination will work in your brain. And this is what the practice, this is what the training happened there happening in top institutions. They are not coming with the AK-47 and putting in the backside of the ear and saying like that, unless you publish this many papers, you will not become this. You will get fired from here. That is not the way research is done. So the research is actually going through this particular permutation and combination in your research pipeline. And when this happens, you see what you are actually going to get. You will get you will build intellectual traits. What are all those intellectual traits? Intellectual courage, intellectual humility, intellectual integrity, intellectual empathy, intellectual autonomy, intellectual perseverance, fair-mindedness, confidence in reason. These are all intellectual traits. When you gain this intellectual traits, some magical thing will happen. When you stand in the class, you shine like a diamond. When you go in the staff room, when you speak to people from 10-meter distance, they realize that there is a person with intellectual traits standing. This is what actually the real hollow image of our earlier rishis, the Jesus Christ. And when we see the top professors in top universities, here you see many people act like that. But when they act like that, they become more horrible. Actually, they do not have intellectual traits. So important thing is intellectual traits. It is actually a formation happening. Formation doesn't happen with a credential. It won't happen by publishing 2 fake papers. It will actually coming with when you are really going through this type of real work. And then once it is formed, your brain is going to shine like a diamond. It is going to remain like that. This is what the key thing of anything, and this is what actually not done here. Now we have got about half an hour. Now I wanted to tell you something which I want to show you that here I will take you to one particular portal that is called Vijnana. This Vijnana is actually made with all those things what we were discussing here. I am going to show you here vijnana.org. If you are sitting in front of internet, means you please go there. You can see this one, Vijnana, Vigyana, Vijnana.org. I will tell you what is Vijnana. This is symbiotic ethical A to Z research, deploying best practices, that is integrating research methodology, critical thinking, and AI to empower Indian research scholars. Means it is a blend of everything. It's a blend applied critical thinking, research methodology, and artificial intelligence blended for high impact research. Its main thing is that it is one place. It is taking from A to Z of research. I am going to show you this in detail. Get started. I have got a trail. Process. See, now you are on Vijnana. I am going to show you the features, how this is helping. All those 24 shortcomings faced by Indian research scholars, and what are the things required by an Indian research scholar? Everything A to Z under one roof. That is what Vijnana is. I am going to click here, explore Vijnana. Now, what are all the things done with the Vijnana? I will tell you here. Vijnana for methodological research, leveraging critical thinking and AI. It is instant ideation expansion. Even with a mere spark of thought, Vijnana will take aids in rapidly broadening and refining ideas, providing a fertile ground for research expansion. Second is uninterrupted research flow. You know that. See, I traveled to some 300 higher educational institutions in India. When we go to every institution, every campus, speak to research scholars, one thing is common. Everybody is stuck at some place. Everybody is stuck. And everybody has got grievances. Actually, AI is the best solution for this, and Vijnana is made for that. With the Vijnana, nobody will get stuck at any point. Actually, a complete research, research should be a happy experience of one's life. But you see, about 80 to 90% of research scholars, they are actually living through agony. So this is actually to be this situation should be removed, eradicated. Now, critical thinking amplification with the Vijnana's inbuilt critical thinking enhancer. Researchers practice multidimensional problem solving. Here, time efficiency boost. What traditionally took months can now be achieved in hours. Horizon broadening, innovation catalyst, motivation multiplier, evolutionary idea adaptation, rapid literature synthesis, bias detection and neutralization, adaptive learning edge, scalable research modularity, interdisciplinary integration, holistic research enhancement, and including Indian knowledge system. Everything integrated to Vijnana. So what I do is that, and here there is a knowledge area. This Vijnana has got total research methodology through critical thinking and AI. A complete course itself is there as part of Vijnana. Now, let me show you here that in the first one, research and publication idea. What Vijnana does first is discover and refine a research idea. You know that many people, they have very good subject knowledge, but they don't have research idea. But there are many people, they get some idea spark. While taking bath or while teaching in the class, they will get an idea spark. Immediately those idea spark can be brought to Vijnana, and it can be augmented. So I will show you here a Vijnana, what are all the ways in which Vijnana can be used. So first, we are not even entering to Vijnana, we are standing there in the gate. Discover and refine your research direction from passion to publishable ideas. Whether you start with an idea or a deep passion, this section helps shape it into a focused research topic. Through systematic exploration, we refine your interest into clear questions, assess feasibility and impact, and align your curiosity with meaningful publishable outcome. What you have to do is this. Here you will see A. If you already have a rough idea for research, B on the right hand side. If you don't have a research idea but have a deep interest in academics. So if you are in one of these, you take A or B. Then go here and you see like this. If you already have a research rough idea, what you need to do is fill only 3 information. One is, what is your idea spark? The core idea, observation, the scholar wants to explore. Second, context, the domain or field of study relevant to the idea. Third, objective or expected outcome, the intended outcome or impact. See, thing is that Vijnana doesn't allow purposeless research. Vijnana wants you to tell what is the purpose of research. You know, even in Indian knowledge system, in critical thinking, it is actually asking what is the prayojana. It is asking purpose. It was there in ancient Indian education system itself. What is that prayojana? So here only this three information you give. With this three information, Vijnana will give you a list of 15 to 20 research subjects you can go ahead and take each one of that. Below there is a place called fine tuning of your research idea. You go and you fill there. You can fine tune your research idea there. And in this fine tuning, you will get more than 30, 40 different research topic. Everything according to your own wish. It is according to your own research pipeline. It is not a surrogate pregnancy. I repeat, it is not surrogate pregnancy. Somebody else is not coming and telling you that you do this research. It is actually taking your own idea and expanding from this. That is what the power of Vijnana. Vijnana is giving you exactly based on your idea what research can be done. That is when you have got your own idea spark. Now the magic, when it is coming to, you do not have any idea, but you have a deep interest in a subject. Suppose, see one thing, I have got a deep interest in mechanical engineering. I have got a deep interest in plastic injection molding. See this one. So here what happened? I only need to give the real information like what are my academic field of interest and what is my passion and hobby. See, Vijnana has got a rare ability to blend your passion, hobby, your background, your time availability, your extracurricular activities, your expertise, everything. It blends together and it creates a real research topic for you. And even that research topic, you can bring it to fine-tuning table and you can once again fine-tune. That is the way you get a research idea, research topic exactly matching to your subject. Now I am going to another step, next step. Now here you got a research topic, say you selected one thing. Next you can go for validation of idea. What is the validation of idea? What is the validation of idea? You give the selected topic here, and here you can give 21 different reports you can get from here about the subject you have selected. In my time and all, I have seen people, they do research for 9 months and 11 to 12 months to say that, okay, I cannot do this research. So here, originality assessment. Click here. Vijnana does the originality assessment. Value proposition. I am telling you, this is very beginning. We have not even entered to Vijnana. It is very beginning. Value proposition means if you do this research, what is the value you are going to add? Application spectrum means if you pursue this research, what are the application? Fourth one is research question formulation. If you pursue this particular thing, what are the type of the research question? Literature synopsis. Actually, it is not research, it is a total synopsis you will get. Hypothesis generation. If you pursue this, what are the type of hypothesis? 8 or 10 hypothesis Vijnana will give. Resource compilation. If you are pursuing this research, what are the resources you need? Scale projection. In which are all the scales you can do this research? Stakeholder mapping. Who are all the stakeholders getting affected by this, getting benefited by this? And this is very important for funding. Impact analysis. Metacognitive inquiry questions. Interdisciplinary exploration. Engaging pitch construction. You know what? I have seen many times people doing doing very good research, but they can't tell it that their research in a way other person will get interested in this. Vijnana will give a pitch construction. You speak your research in this way, in this flow, use this one-liners, then it is going to be. 14th thing is ethical consideration. 15th is methodological advisor. 16 validation strategy. 17 data visualization ideas. 18 collaboration opportunities. 19 funding pathway strategies. 20 publication venues. 21 long-term visioning. We cannot stop our research with the one. It should be a pipeline. So that what is the vision for that? This is actually every research idea you get from this. Before entering to anything, you can actually try all these things. In 10 to 15 minutes, you will get a clear idea about the research, what you are going to do. Clear idea. That is what actually Vijnana is a to Z platform made for our research scholars. It is not for that mosquito killing type of technology. It is actually for someone who is actually taking hand holding, is a virtual guide, hand holding from the A to Z. It is very important, especially when it is this one 4-year degree course. It is for each and every research scholar. It is important for each and every researcher. Now I am going to take you next, logical flow of the research. Now, let me tell you an interesting thing. See, logical flow of the research. Now you got the research, idea. Now you can see that what should be the flow? How should be the research? Now you need to only write this. This is what the start, this is what the end, and see one thing. You need to write here, initial concept or problem or question, the starting point of the research, decide conclusion or decision. Then you can write a domain or discipline, key concept or keywords, criteria for success imperatives. You write these things. You know what you are going to get? You will get a complete flow chart of your research paper. You have to start from here. Which are all the, it is like a Google map. Which are the places in which you have to move, because these are the places that will give a lot of clarity to you, where you have to give citation. Where you have to give citation. You have to give a citation where you are making a turning, because you have to prove that why you are turning here. So when you are getting this, this is actually giving the complete Google map sort of flow chart for your entire complete research. I have only 15 minutes more. I have to show so many things. Therefore, I am going little fast. Next, I am coming to critical thinking and investigation. I am sure you have seen this one here. You have seen this one earlier. This is what the critical thinking framework. I told that this is a secret of the top professors and researchers in the world. And they told through their one-on-one discussion, they have shown the usage of this particular framework to us. Because Vijnana team spend 90-member Vijnana team spend so much of time with the top researchers. And then here this is between this intellectual standard and elements of reasoning. There you are seeing that one dot line. This is the dot line ultimately making the total research, total innovation, total research is happening there. So that is a place. So here you will see that on the left hand side, element level critical thinking through AI. I was telling you that the top research is happening with the marble blocks are cut and cementing together. Taj Mahal is built. Taj Mahal is not built with Oriatai.com. Taj Mahal is not built with someone writing one prompt on cloud or perplexity. Taj Mahal is built with small marble blocks carefully cut so that it is cemented together. Then it is without plagiarism. That is what the objective of Vijnana. In Vijnana, you will see element level critical thinking through AI. These are all the things are not there in any AI tool. What are all the things written in Vijnana is not there in any AI tool, because it is going beyond. So Here you see critical thinking. You can see like this. Your research details you fill here and click which is the critical thinking actually you need. You click there, you will get the complete critical thinking related to that. That is what actually opening many windows and horizons in our brain. That is what ultimate objective of research itself. Research. That is what the ultimate objective. Now, Bloom's taxonomy in research. You will see that Bloom's taxonomy in research. You see your research question. You write your detail. Then you click here. If your research has to be on create conceptual knowledge level, click there. And Vijnana will tell you, if your research has to qualify for that Bloom's taxonomy, that level, what are the things you must be doing? What are the things you must be doing? This is the way your research is linked to Bloom's taxonomy. So that you will that everyone wants to be creative, everyone claim to be creative, but you take it this one, you write your research thing on the left hand side, metacognitive progress for research, and on the right hand side you will see Bloom's cognitive compass, elevate your research thinking. Elevate your research thinking. There you click, then Vijnana will tell you, you do these things, then only your research will qualify for Bloom's taxonomy's evaluate metacognitive level. This is what this is. Now I am going to next. Next is it is higher order thinking. In higher order thinking, there are 48. There are 48 higher order pinpointed tools here. Research frontier generator. You fill your research detail, it will actually do that algorithmic research frontier generation. Second is cross-domain concept integrator, methodology architect. Then A and B reasoning, concept A to concept B reasoning, concept A to concept B interdisciplinary research, concept A to concept B critique, argue and compare, conceptual clarity and coherence, conceptual coherence validator. These are all the key important things. Conceptual coherence validator, concept deconstruction and rebuild, conceptual linkage explorer, critical evaluation of arguments, argument strength evaluator, counter argument development tool, rationality checker, hypothesis testing and dialectics, hypothesis tester, antithesis discovery tool, reverse hypothesis engineering, then boundary and scope management, boundary complexity analyzer, boundary critique for system, research outcome deconstructor, causality and assumption analysis, causality validator, assumption disruptor, devil's advocate data challenger. Then perspective shifts and alternate views, alternate perspective generator, paradigm disruptor, stakeholder objection forecaster, reasoning and logic validation, deductive reasoning optimizer, inductive reasoning validator, research heuristic advisor, case studies and reverse analysis, reverse case study analyzer, literature review disassembler, intellectual risk assessment. These are all the things, high impact research. When Indian researchers do whatever it is written in Vijnana, that is, then India will become a research powerhouse where our research papers are good. Now India is number 2 in numbers, number 2 in number of paper publication and almost 0 in any of the worthwhile paper publication. Vijnana's main objective is to break that. You have seen this one. Higher order thinking about 40 tools are made according to the top researchers' secret thing. Then here we have got a data analysis. Data analysis in the sense you can upload your data in whichever way, qualitative and quantitative, Vijnana will do the data analysis. Now we are coming to research methodology. It has got a 12-step research methodology, right from literature review, formulating research problem, identifying variables, constructing hypothesis, research design, study design, data collection method, attitudinal scales, validity, reliability of the research instrument, sample collection, writing research proposal, data collection, data processing, displaying data, research report, and preparing for viva voce. These many things, preparing for viva voce in the sense, whichever is the paper, you know how to defend your idea, defend your paper, defend your hypothesis. So here the thing. Now I will show you here literature review. On the left-hand side, always you will see on Vijnana, iteration input. On the right-hand side, you will see iteration output. Here you fill the details on the iteration input, and here you will click on this buttons. Each one will give you a marble block. In the sense, it is in the direction of your research. Synthesized summary of literature, keyword analysis, research problem clarification, methodological mapping, theoretical conceptual framework overview, applied conceptual understanding. Means you are getting all these things. Just click, click, click. Because these are all, these are all, these are all. I will tell you the secret of this. Vijnana has got an Einstein level thinking pathways built into each button. Einstein level thinking pathways algorithm built into each button. Therefore, when you are clicking that, that particular thinking pathways are getting triggered. So, based on this, what is the only relevant to this particular research topic will be presented to you. So, Vijnana is actually designed for augmenting the research power of India. So, this is formulating research problem, identifying variables, constructing hypothesis, research design, study design, everything goes like this. Now I am coming to Indian knowledge system. Indian knowledge system has got 3 sections here. Mining past for new knowledge. Mining past for new knowledge. That is what the stated objective of Indian knowledge system. We have to mine the past, take the secret and bring it here, apply it to new knowledge. Then second is building a new future with that wisdom. Third thing is interdisciplinary research. So these are all the things. Now I will show you other thing. Explore citation means how Vijnana gives a citation. Then there is report. Then there is knowledge. So these are all the main things about Vijnana. So if anyone has got any clarification, because I have to go really fast because of the time limitation. So any question about Vijnana, any question about AI, we can discuss here because today is my second and last session. See, Vijnana is not free because it is not funded by anybody. And crores of rupees are spent on that. But it is done in a way that it is affordable. Okay, what I will show, what I will do, I will show you. See, what we do is that actually that is what there is a question. Can the use be bought by an institution? Yes, institution can buy buy it, and that will be and this can be given to the all faculty members and the research scholars. That will be the best way to use it.
In the LMS, there is a form where you can fill up for getting trial version of Vigyana. So if you fill that up, we'll give you the trial version of Vigyana.
Okay, based on the time availability, I will show you an example here. I go to explore. First, I go to research and publication, publication idea. See one thing. I am going to give a very simple thing. If you already have a rough idea for research, means I have got a rough idea for research. I am going to key in. Okay. One thing. See, I am putting just it came to my mind, I am putting a research, my core idea. Sedentary work leads to obesity and hypertension. See, there was a question whether it is a fee is same for individual and institution. It is not. Actually, for institution with how many faculty members, how many researchers, based on that, one customized plan will be given to them. I am writing this as a research thing. Sedentary work leads to obesity and hypertension of young IT professionals of Pune. I am going to write, okay, this is my research. Now contest the domain or field of study relevant to the idea. I am going to write that uh, lifestyle, lifestyle diseases, lifestyle diseases, medicine. And what is the purpose? What is the objective of expected? What is the purpose of this objective of expected outcome? I will write like this, that recommendation for labor rule changes. So I have given the basic three things required. This one immediately I got some idea. My idea spark is sedentary work leads to obesity and hypertension of young IT professionals of Pune. And the second thing is that the domain or field of study, lifestyle diseases and medicine. And the third thing is that objective. What is my objective? I want to study this and I want to come to some recommendation for labor rule changes, changes, that is suggestion to government. This is my purpose. Suggestion to government. Now, with this, I am going to click here. See, now you are seeing that based on my three ideas, the three things given, Vijnana has created this documentation. So Vijnana has given that one conversion pathways. That is Vijnana restated my core idea. Vijnana has given three different pathways for my research. Pathway A, it is based on evidence first. Pathway B, it is on people first. Pathway C, prototype and test. Pathway D, policy and system. And here it has given for pathway 1. There's a title of the research question, method, context, method of data plan. You got more than 20 research papers with the logic here, with all these things, including feasibility score, risk and mitigation, and method and data plan. This particular thing, entire thing Vijnana has given for my initial idea. I hope you can see this. Like this, Vijnana has got more than 700 report clicks. Each one is powered with a Einstein level thinking pathways. 2,200 thinking pathways are built into each button, so that it will think like Einstein. That is what the way in which it is programmed, and it will bring the relevant ideas to the scholar based on the research question. Now with one click you received this much. Now you can go through this and you can select one. You can go for fine tuning. So each one it is going to fine tune. It is going to give logic. It is going to take you to a different world. In this way, from A to Z, Vijnana will take a research scholar to the logical conclusion. Any more questions? So now we crossed 9:05, and thank you that you spend a lot of time in this evening. And any more questions we can. Otherwise, I have given you my phone number yesterday. If anyone has got any question, you can ask. If there are no more questions, Sijin sir, is there any question on YouTube?
Let me check, sir.
Got any question you can ask? See, Dr. Bhargav has got a question. University Collaboration Institute could provide us for a 1 month trial. Actually, thing is that this is expensive. So therefore, we have got limitation of giving trial, but we can give for a limited period of time. So shall we conclude then, if there are no more questions?
Okay, sir. Thank you, Suresh sir, for this wonderful sessions for the
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, tomorrow we will have the topic on mapping of outcomes, calculation of attainment, and analytical reports, ICT tools for OBE. This will be taken by Dr. Mendes Jacob. It will be at the same time at 7 p.m. So please join in on time. We will see you there. Thank you all and have a pleasant evening.